7:31 by the atomic wax time. Okay, the time is 7:32. I'll call this April 25th, 2016 public hearing of the mayor and council to order. We'll start this evening with the invocation. The invocation this evening will be by Brittany Marmol. Commissioner Marmol.
Good evening. If we could all bow our heads. Dear Heavenly Father, thank you for this day. Dear Lord, thank you for this gorgeous weather you've given us. And please bless our city and our workers and our citizens and watch over us, protect us, and be with us as we go home tonight. Bless our meeting in Jesus' name. Amen.
Thank you, Brittany. We'll now have the pledge of the flag by the president of the Southeast Gwinnett Chamber of Commerce, Mr. Doug Adams.
I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Thank you, Mr. Adams. We'll now go into our ceremonial matters, and I believe we have an...
Mr. Mayor, if I could, I would
Have the
like
floor.
to motion that we amend the agenda tonight. If we could please move Roman numeral 9, new business, items D and E, to item D and E under Roman numeral 4, ceremonial matters.
There's been a motion to move Articles D and E from new business to D and E under ceremonial matters. Any objections from council? Seeing no objection, it's approved. Under ceremonial matters, number A, or Article A, is Proclamation 2016-08 honoring Sergeant Collins and K-9 Bart. And I'll turn the microphone over to Councilman.
How y'all doing tonight? Good. Thank y'all for being out here. Will, if I could get you and your family to come on down. Oh yeah, bring the baby. Everybody loves babies. Will, he's not pointing at anybody in particular, is he? I didn't see anybody get up and run. We're in good shape. Again, thank y'all for being here. It's my distinct pleasure at this time to read this proclamation issued by the City of Snellville to Sergeant Will Collins and Officer Bart that's retiring. Whereas Sergeant Will Collins joined the Snellville Police Department in 2002, becoming a K-9 handler and partnering with K-9 Bart in 2008, and whereas Sergeant Collins performed admirably and rose through the ranks in various assignments until he became a K-9 handler, and whereas Bart received his National Police Working Dog Association certification and together with Sergeant Collins became a formidable team, and whereas Bart and Sergeant Collins recorded over 101 drug-related arrests, apprehended 9 criminal offenders, unless we have a 10th volunteer tonight. Anybody? Anybody ready? Okay. During that time, through criminal tracks, and whereas Bart and Sergeant Collins responded to 99 off-duty call-outs, and whereas Bart and Sergeant Collins performed 129 public relations events, and whereas K-9 Bart retired from active duty on January 15, 2016, and Sergeant Collins retired from active duty on on April 7th, 2016, serving now as a reserve officer. Therefore, I, Tom Witz, Mayor of the City of Snellville, do hereby join with our City Council, all employees, and the citizens of Snellville to express our deep appreciation and gratitude to Sergeant Collins and K-9 Bart for their dedicated service during their tenure with the City of Snellville, and offer them our very best wishes for happiness and good health in the future with their retirements. Proclaim this 25th day of April 2016, signed by all members of Mayor and Council. Sergeant Collins, congratulations.
I'm not going to try and pet the dog. Last time I did it, I almost lost my hand up to my wrist. Okay, one last chance, a 10th one. Dog's exiting the building. Now I'm going to read a proclamation about Paint Gwinnett Purple Week. We're just going to send this off, but I would like to read it into the record. Whereas the American Cancer Society raises substantial funds for the fight against cancer, in part through the annual Relay for Life event, the largest fundraising event that eliminates cancer. And whereas Gwinnett County hosts the largest Relay for Life event in the world, of more than 5,500 relay events held around the globe, Gwinnett continually leads all others in attendance and fundraising. And whereas Gwinnett County government employees, residents, and business owners have a proud tradition of participation and passionate support for this program. And whereas more than $33 million has been raised by the Gwinnett Relay over its 32-year history, and whereas this year marks the inaugural Paint Gwinnett Purple Week, a celebration recognizing Gwinnett's cancer survivors, residents and businesses throughout the county will decorate and wear purple leading up to 2016 Relay, which is being held on Friday, May 13th through Saturday, May 14th at the Gwinnett County Fairgrounds. And whereas Paint Gwinnett Purple Week will serve as an excellent reminder that those lost to cancer will never be forgotten, and that those who face cancer will always be supported. It is a new tradition that will no doubt be proudly celebrated for many years to come. Therefore, I, Tom Witz, Mayor of the City of Snellville, Georgia, where everybody is proud to be somebody, do hereby join with our City Council and the citizens of Snellville to proclaim May 8th through 13th, 2016 as Paint Gwinnett Purple Week. I commend all of those who participate in Relay for Life and encourage all Snellville residents, employees, and business owners to paint Gwinnett purple. Proclaimed this 25th day of April, 2016, Tom Witz, Mayor. And next, we have recognition of one of Snellville's favorite people. As you know, Snellville Tourism and Trade for the last 3 years has been under the direction of Kelly McAloon. We all know how hard that Kelly works for not only the events in the city, but all the citizens at those events. Recently, Kelly completed 2 programs which gave her certifications. I'd like to read her diplomas to you right now and then present them to her. The first one is a diploma from the Southeast Tourism Society Marketing College, presented to Kelly McAloon, Festival and Event Planner, for successfully completing the required courses of marketing, planning, and production of festivals and events. This Festival and Event Planner FEP certification is awarded by authority of the Southeast Tourism Society Marketing College Board of Trustees, given on this 5th day of April 2016. Also, a diploma from the Southeast Tourism Society Marketing College presented to Kelly McAloon, Travel Marketing Professional, for successfully completing the required courses in marketing and travel tourism. This diploma is awarded by authority of the Southeast Tourism Society Marketing College Board of Trustees, given on this 5th day of April 2016. Kelly, I'd like you to come up and accept these from, there's 3 people on this dais who I believe are very instrumental in bringing STAT into fruition. So I'd like the 3 of us, myself, City Council Tony Powell, and Mayor Pro Tem Bender, to come and present these to you, because we started it, but you have taken it far beyond anything that we had imagined. Congratulations. Just a little bit of background, since we got a crowd in the room. Back in 2010, all the money that we were receiving from our hotel motel tax was being sent to the county, and we weren't getting much for it. And our attorney in 2010 said, you know, there's another way of doing that where the money can stay in the city and it can benefit the citizens. And so with that, Mayor Pro Tem who was Mayor Pro Tem at that time, also Barbara Bender and I started to work on getting a Snellville Tourism and Trade, and that changed Snellville. It's what brings us our beach blast and our 4th of July celebration at the size that it is today. Our fall festival does an awful lot of things to help support the farmers market. The Christmas tree lighting, it just has made a big part of the community of Snellville. STAT has done that, and Kelly, you have been a very big part of that, and we thank you very much for all you do for us. I'm thinking I'm turning the table over, or turning the microphone over to you, ma'am, for your resolution.
We're considering it.
Yes.
Just raise it. You have to introduce it.
Will you go ahead and read your resolution?
I'd be glad to. Resolution 2016-05, consideration and action on the enabling resolution creating the Snellville Youth Commission.
Are you making that in the form of a motion?
Motion to approve.
I have a motion on the floor. Is there a second?
Second.
There's a motion and a second. Any discussion of council?
Just want to reiterate that I appreciate all of the support of the mayor and council. This was originally an idea that Tom Witz had years ago, and he passed it on to me, and I am pleased to bring him tonight the inaugural class for the Snellville Youth Commission, our ambassadors.
There is a motion and a second. I call the question. All those in favor of passing the resolution signify by raising your right hand. That's 6 approved, no opposition. Your commission is established. Congratulations. believe you're going to introduce us to some fine people.
Yes. Obviously, a project of this sort could not happen without the support of so many individuals who have a passion and an obvious commitment for young people. They are our most critical investment. Thank you especially to the parents of these children. They are more adults than children, and we're hoping to bring them along and forge tomorrow's leaders today. If I could please ask the members of the Snellville Youth Commission Advisory Board to please come forward. Not all of them were able to be here tonight, but this belongs to you as much as any of us. Natalie Brown Van, Senior Advisor, Michael Dawson, Solange Destang, Charlene Fletcher, Fabian Garcia, Nevis Karen, Justin Killalay, Sean Lee, Senior Advisor, Kyle Likely, Senior Advisor, Ron Mays, Senior Advisor, Eric Von Otteren, Allison Perlee, Brandon Piper, Daniela Vasquez, Katie Walters, Senior Advisor, she doesn't realize it yet, and Shauna Watts. Please give them a round of applause for their hard work and their hours of commitment. And now it's time to meet our future leaders. Snellville Youth Initiative Engagement. We cannot wait to see what kinds of good spirit that you will bring to this city. Please come forward as I call your name. Our new ambassadors for Snellville. Ninty Barnes. Mesa Berhanu. Hannah Blass. I'm new at this, sorry. Okay. Alexandria Shargos. After the fourth try, I get it. Sorry, that was the fifth try. Amira Clark. Abigail Cleek. Brian Cleek. Kaya DaCosta. Danilee Garlaraza. Martavius Gordon. Thalia Hall. Emily Hawk. John Johnson. Justin Jones. Zion Kennan. Crystal Moyes. Alicia Owens. Adia Polk. Salika Saeed. Manaya Stallworth. Sunny Stone. Jabria Troxler. Armand White. Isabel Williams. Egeria Wilson. Ladies and gentlemen, City of Snellville, I present to you the Snellville Youth Commission Ambassador, Class of 2016. Mr. Mayor, would you do the honors of swearing them in?
Good evening. Just a few words before I swear you in. You are now about to become ambassadors for the city of Snellville. What does that mean? Number one, you're going to be an ambassador for myself and for the city council. In all your actions, you'll be looked at as part of this city. You'll be ambassadors at your school for the mayor and the city council. You'll be ambassadors to the public. You'll represent the mayor and council when you are in the public forums and at the public events. But most of all, you'll be ambassadors to your neighborhoods and your homes, and you'll invite people into the city. You're about to learn about how you get involved in the city and how easy it is to become part of a unified city, and hopefully we'll bring that to your neighborhoods and bring your people, the people in your neighborhoods, into the city also. I look forward, as I know the rest of the council does, to getting to know each one of you on a much better level, and I know we will over the next 2 or 3 years. And I originally saw this program at Chatham County, which is down in Savannah. That program has been in effect for 25 years. That program is run by the people who have gone through that program and have learned from that program, and they now are the mentors of that program. I don't know that I'll be here in 25 years, but I hope that all of you are, and that you're here for the 25th anniversary of this program, and that you talk about the night that you inaugurated the program and all the accomplishments that program has made over that 25 years. And I know you will do it. Congratulations to all of you for being in the beginning. Now, I'll ask all of you to raise your right hand. Repeat after me. Please, when I say your name, do not say your name, say your name. It's happened. I state your name. Do solemnly swear and affirm that I will faithfully perform the duties of ambassador to the Snellville Youth Commission for the city of Snellville. And that I will support and defend the charter thereof, as well as the Constitution and laws of the state of Georgia and of the United States of America. Congratulations, ambassadors, and welcome to the city. Councilwoman Malinsky, I also want to thank you. I know this has been a daunting task that I asked you to undertake, but you were absolutely the perfect person to do it, and you have done a stellar job. And under your leadership, having seen you last year with the program with the market, big things are going to come out of this.
Thank you. It's been a labor of love.
And ambassadors can't leave until the end of the meeting. Oh,
Mr. Mayor, there's a hockey game, you know.
what's that? Okay. Public hearing. Second reading RZ 16-03, CUP 16- Oh, the minutes. I'll never get it completely right, if you all are waiting for that. Okay, we have approval of the minutes, so I have a motion.
Motion to approve the minutes of the April 11th, 2016 meeting, public hearing, and regular business meeting of mayor and council.
There's a motion. Do I have a second? There's a motion and a second. Is there any discussion of council? Seeing none, I'll call for the vote. All those in favor of accepting the minutes signify by raising your right hand. 6-0, it passes. Committee and department reports. Board of Appeals. Marcy Farris.
Good evening, Mayor and Council.
Good evening.
The Board of Appeals met on April 12, 2016 to hear BOA 1602 and BOA 1603. BOA 1602 was a request by Adams Hill LLC and Park Place LLC for variances from allowed building materials for a Cracker Barrel Old Country store. It was approved with condition. BOA 1603 was a request by Sam Smith Sugar Shack Holdings LLC and Park Place LLC for variances from allowed building materials for Zaxby's Restaurant. It was approved with condition. Any questions?
No, ma'am. Thank you very much.
You're very welcome.
Parks and Recreation, Commissioner Marmal.
Good evening again, Mayor and Council. I just have a few things to update. The Pate Lake marker has been completed and it looks lovely and matches all the granite signage around the park. The spring leads are wrapping up and the summer leads will be beginning soon. Also, there are volunteer shifts available to help with Snellville Days, which, as you know, is this weekend. That's for everybody. And there is one empty position on our board, and we had Carol Fogel-Belgrave attend our last meeting and was approved unanimously by our board for consideration by the mayor and council.
Very good. Thank you, Commissioner. Arts Commission, Brittany Washington. How are you this evening?
I'm doing great. How are you doing?
Great.
First, Chrissy, I was hoping that some of your commissioners were still going to be here so I could try to poach them for the Arts Commission. Good evening, Mayor and Council. The Arts Commission is going to be hosting the Art of Fashion show on Sunday, May the 15th at 3 o'clock here at City Hall. Hoping all of you will attend. It's going to be in the community room. We'll have 20 models participating. American Tavern is going to be catering. We'll have a DJ, amazing clothes sponsored by Belks on 124. The tickets will be $10 with half of the proceeds going to Give Hunger the Boot. And you can actually visit our website, snellvillearts.com, for more details and upcoming events, and we'll look forward to seeing you there. Thank you.
We'll see you there. Snellville Tourism and Trade do you have a special designation we have to call you now, like
We'll let it ride. What'd you say?
doctor, yeah, PhD,
Yeah.
TMP?
No, I'll tell you. Thank you so much. I appreciate it, Mayor, for the recognition. Mayor Pro Tem Tony Powell. I love my job. I mean, I love the city of Snellville. Our goal is to make the community, everybody be part of the community, come down to the events, to all of us. And honestly, we couldn't ask for a better mayor and council than what we have, because each and every one of you participate so much in everything we do. You're not only supportive, but you're there physically. And hopefully, we'll change that a little bit this year, so you're not so physical. But thank you all for your support and all your help. And again, thank you for the recognition. That was very sweet. But part of the reason why I'm even standing here before you tonight would be my conversation with Mayor Pro Tem Bender. We had an hour-and-a-half conversation, which turned into this. So it was interesting. Thank you, Barbara. Anyway, Snellville Tourism and Trade, our last meeting was held on April 18th. Want to thank everybody who joined our business after hours on the 21st. Big thank you to Fresh Market. They were most generous in their sponsorship of the food. We want to thank Summit Chase Country Club for their hosting our event. Summit Chase is very generous to this community as well. Our next business after hours will be held on July 21st at Summit Chase. And we partner with Greater Eastside Chamber of Commerce and the Heart of Gwinnett. So the three of us, make a big pop, and we usually have a great crowd that attends. So we invite everybody to join us. May events in Snellville. As you said, Mayor, we're starting with our Beach Blast, the dedication to the new town green, and the Beach Blast on May 21st from 2 to 7, where 70 tons of sand will transform Oak Road into a beach where everybody can have fun in the sun. Gold Standard Band will be here to rock the green from 5 to 7. On May 28th is our memorial celebration. The memorial program will start at 5, followed by live music featuring the return, a Beatles tribute band presented by Choices to You. Beer tickets to the beer garden are available for purchase at www.snellvilletourism.com. And this was all part of my project, why I got this certification. The memorial celebration is not a so-called event, but I encompass that and the banner program as part of my project and turn that in for my certification, because we had to do several projects. So it just was so appropriate, and I was honored to do that because I know you worked so hard, Mayor, on the Veterans Memorial, and that just was near and dear to my heart as well. And I do want to thank Kathy Emanuel. She has helped with all the graphics for the banners that'll be going up on the green here on Oak Road. We have about 24 going up. We hope a lot more for Veterans Day. They should be up at the very latest by May 2nd or 3rd at the very latest. So they look awesome. Kathy's done a fabulous job, and I just appreciate her work on this too. So thanks, Kath. During the month of May, also, Wild Wing Cafe, and this is all part of this project, is also offering a Beer of the Month fundraiser to benefit the Veterans Memorial as well. The award-winning Farmers Market opens June 4th. Everybody's excited. I know Gretchen and Kurt, Ronnie, they've all been working very hard on getting everything ready for the market to open, so everybody join us on June 4th. As always, don't forget to like us on Facebook. We're getting those likes every day, but we want to catch up to the Snellville Police Department, so we need your help. Anyway, that does conclude my report. Oh, excuse me. We do have our new ornaments in for 2016, which is actually the K-9 units, the dogs. So they will be for sale at Snellville Days. They're $10, and that's Caesar, Jax, and Aaron, the K-9 unit for the Snellville Police Department. So we're very excited about that. Come see us at Snellville Days, $10. Thank you.
Thank you, Kelly. And I want to thank you. You have taken, I know you did this as part of your project, but you have taken the Memorial Day celebration to a whole new level. And I want to thank you for that on behalf of all the veterans. They're all talking about it. It's going to be a big day, and thank you so much for elevating it to what it will be.
You're
Thank
welcome.
you.
I'm excited to be part of it. Thank you.
And for those of you who have not bought a banner, Kelly will be glad to take your order before the evening's over, and she has applications with her. Thank you, Kelly. That ends our committee reports. Now we go to public hearing. Second reading of RZ 16-03 and CUP 16-03 and CUP 16-04. Consideration and action on application by Stein Investment Companies, LLC, Virginia, and iStar Bowling Centers, LP, to amend the official zoning map of the City of Snellville and BG General Business District to HSB District. Request for the conditional use permit for a mini warehouse storage facility, request for a conditional use permit for a commercial recreational enterprise bowling center, and request for variance from the zoning ordinance of 3.05 plus or minus acre tract of the 33.79 plus or minus acres property located at 2350 Reagan Parkway, Snellville, Georgia, tax parcel 5040111. Mr. Thompson.
Thank you, Mayor. I think you did all the hard work for me, and thank you, Council, for being here tonight. Once again, a quick summary. We've got applicants here, are the Stein Investment Group. They're represented by Lee Tucker of Mahaffey, Pickens, and Tucker. This evening, their official request is a zoning map amendment from BG General Business to Highway Service Business with 2 requested variances. There's also 2 additional requests for conditional use permits, one to operate a mini warehouse storage facility and another to operate a commercial recreational facility should the zoning for the mini warehouse storage facility not be approved. The address is 2350 Ronald Reagan Parkway. It's currently a bowling alley, originally built in 1988 with a 28,000 square foot floor plan. The applicant is requesting to turn the original building into 2 stories and build 4 new 1-story buildings. Hold on one second. As shown on the site plan. totaling 77,000 square feet of non-climate controlled and climate controlled storage space. And they will maintain the existing 60-foot buffer in the rear where abutting residential to the south, which I believe is Dogwood Estates. If you look to the west, there's a daycare there, and then to the east is another shopping center, Goodwill, Popeyes, and all those uses, and Target remaining to the north. They've proposed to take the existing building and improve it in the form of a new brick water table, new awnings, repainting the walls to resemble an office park in more neutral colors, adding an architectural cap, and adding a new storefront glass doors. The individual buildings will feature the matching brick water table, a stucco veneer, and bronze doors, so a far departure from what we currently have at U-Haul with, your more warehouse look there. They've done several of these projects where they've converted other buildings, and they want it to look more like an office park and not necessarily your prototypical warehouse storage facilities. Most of the parking, as shown, will be in the front of the building where people can access the office, as well as the rear for some handicap accessibility. What you see on the site plan too is non-striped parking areas that are being provided to meet the intent of the ordinance. That's where your first variance request is to only show 15 spaces while still having the ability to provide the 43 as required. This is typical of storage facilities as well. You don't necessarily mark the spaces. Most likely people are going to pull up to the space that's most convenient to them and utilize the closest structure. We recommended approval for that. They've also created a drive width in the rear that's 2 feet less than the allowable 24 feet. We recommend approval based on the rate of speed, and there shouldn't be a large number of vehicles in any one area at any one time. It's not really a pulsed activity. We feel like it's a good use for the area. It's a good use to revitalize the property. And it's a good use for the existing neighbors that need some places to store their things in some of these smaller cluster home type facilities. Now, once again, we'll go over, there's no conditional use permit requirements for many warehouse storage facilities, just that they have one. We did look into what the Gwinnett UDO regulates. They met all those requirements, and they also are requesting, in case the zoning is denied, that the facility be able to operate in its current form as a commercial recreation enterprise. We suggest approval for that. And once again, the zoning request is in compliance with the comprehensive plan, shouldn't create any adverse impacts on neighboring properties, and allows an older center to be redeveloped. And I just wanted to make sure that everyone understands that the out parcel that's created in the front will not be rezoned. It will retain its original zoning. We recommend approval of the rezoning as well as both conditional use permits with the conditions referenced in the applicable ordinance. Any questions?
Thompson?
Yeah, Jason, if I could, on the outside accessibility to the storage units, in other words, the drive up, I guess everything within the two-story building is an internal. You go through a corridor inside the building to get
Correct.
to all of the, but the building in the rear, it appears to have outside accessibility. Is that correct?
It will, and it'll be, they're going to use and repair the existing fencing around the exterior, and then install some kind of, typically gate operation.
So and that was really my question. Is it going to be a gate access or a
Yes.
limited access type of scenario? Key card access in and out, and it'll be 100%. Is the facility going to be operated 24 hours? In other words, is somebody coming into the facility at midnight to get into their storage unit, which is in the rear of the building?
I wouldn't make any assumptions. I would ask Mr. Tucker when he has his
Okay.
chance as far as the business operates. And I do know that we have conditioned out the ability to park any kind of vehicles or store any vehicles there.
Right, yeah, this is strictly internal cube type storage. This is not open
storage
space
lot.
or open area lot or parking space rental or any of that kind of stuff.
Correct.
So no RVs and, those kind of things. Okay. Yeah, that would be my only question, is if we've got the issue of timing,
Well, with the buffer too and the landscaping that's there, it shouldn't have, even if it is a 24-hour access, it shouldn't be any headlights or anything. I mean, maybe some noise, but even through that area, I wouldn't foresee many.
Well, and there are a lot of businesses that operate out of a storage unit. I know a lot of
Right.
grocery delivery companies keep their inventories in places like this. And so there would be, could possibly be a 24-hour type need, because these guys, are up early, a lot earlier than I am, and typically are in the stores early. So that'd be my only question.
Okay.
Jason, I had a question on the out parcel in the front. Do we wind up with a problem? Will that be surveyed out and platted separately?
Yeah, they'll have to plat it. Right now, the city doesn't encourage split zonings, so as part of the CO process for the property, just like any that are subdivided in the past, they'll be required to produce an exemption plat.
Okay,
And then the maintenance of the property will be, on the owner until it's developed at some point.
okay. And then, the CUPs that we've got, there's two of them. Is it, if we approve the storage facility, we're not gonna do the bowling alley?
I
or
would
we're gonna
suggest
do
that
both?
you approve them both, because I believe there's a sunset provision on the zoning as well. If the deal doesn't go through, it will revert back, and then they'll need that CUP to still be in place.
Okay.
Any other questions? Seeing none, Mr. Tucker?
Thank you. Good evening, Mayor and Council. Lee Tucker, for the record, Lee Tucker, Mahaffey Pickens Tucker LLP, 1550 North Brown Road in Lawrenceville. Represent the applicant in this case, Stein Investment Company, and we agree with Mr. Thompson's report and the Planning Commission recommendation. I guess, Councilman Howard, to jump to your question, the typical hours are 9 to 6, but I guess the gate access would be available, but typically between 5 and midnight. So between 12 and, so the overnight hours, even if you have a card or key to punch in, the gate would not open for you. So it's locked out after midnight. So be happy to answer any questions that you have other than that. But again, we would ask you to approve in accordance with the Planning Commission. And we are asking that both the CUPs be approved. And the reason is this is a contract purchase, and the seller, the current property owner, wants to make sure that it could continue to operate the bowling alley if my client didn't ultimately purchase. And as noted by Mr. Thompson, there's a sunset provision that would have this use that we're requesting go away if it's not complied with over time. So happy to answer any questions, but again, appreciate your approval if you see fit to do so.
Any questions of Mr. Tucker? Thank you.
Thank you all.
Now we'll open it to the public. Anyone wish to speak either for or against, please come forward. Seeing none, I'll call for a motion.
Motion to approve RZ 16-03, CUP 16-03, CUP 16-04, consideration and action on the applications by Stein Investment Group, Stein Investment Company, LLC.
There's a motion on the floor. Do I have a second?
Second.
I have a motion and a second. Any more discussion of council? Seeing none, I'll call for the vote. All those in favor of approval, please signify by raising your right hand. That's a 6 in approval. Motion carries. Yes, sir. Mayor's nomination and council's confirmation of Carol Fogel Belgrave to post 3 of Parks and Recreation's Advisory Board. Is Ms. Belgrave in the room? She's not? Okay, that's fine. I nominate Ms. Belgrave for post 3 of... we'll get to that in a second. Let's do this because I'm into it. Post 3, Ms. Belgrave, I nominate for Parks and Rec. I ask to call a vote for confirmation. All those in favor signify by raising your right hand. That's 6 and approved. Ms. Marmo, you'll inform Ms. Belgrave that she's now a commissioner. Thank you very much. Consideration and action on approval of statewide mutual aid and assistance agreement.
Mr. Mayor, this
Sanders?
is really just a housekeeping matter. Every few years, we have to reconsider and approve the statewide mutual aid and assistance agreement. It gives us the opportunity, both Chief Whitehead and Chief Perry can call for assistance in case it's ever needed. Gwinnett EMA has asked that we reapprove this.
Very good. Do I have a motion?
Motion to approve the statewide mutual aid and assistance agreement with the Gwinnett County government.
There's a motion on the floor. Is there a second?
Second.
I have a motion and a second. Any discussion of council? Seeing none, I'll call the vote. All those in favor of approval signify by raising your right hand. That's 6 in favor. The motion carries. Addition to the SPLOST resurfacing program.
Mr. Mayor, we are well under budget with our SPLOST funds for resurfacing. So we've talked to E.R. Snell, who has the contract this year, and to finish a subdivision and to address a maintenance problem that's occurred, I'm asking for approval of $53,206.20 out of SPLOST funds to resurface 3 streets.
Can you name those streets for us, please?
We're talking about Starlight Way, Country Farms Drive, and Country Farms Court.
Further proposal, do I hear a motion?
Motion to approve the additional paving of Starlight Way, Country Farms Drive, and County Farms Court for a maximum amount of $53,206.20, which will be paid for with SPLOST funds.
There's a motion on the floor. Do I have a second? Second. I have a motion and a second. Any more discussion of council? Seeing none, I call for the vote. All those in favor of approval, please signify by raising your right hand. That's 6 in approval. The motion carries. And I believe that handles all of our business for the evening. Congratulations. And we're almost in time for dropping of the puck, as our Councilwoman Lenski would say. Now it's time for council reports. Mr. Emanuel.
Well, under threat of Christy Linsky for delaying her observation of something called a hockey game, I just want to commend her for the work she's done with the Youth Commission, and looking forward to some great things. Everybody be safe on the way home tonight.
Hockey, who cares? You know, Christy, I love you.
What?
It'll be quick. The Citizens Police Academy had a wonderful golf tournament today to support our police department. I want to thank everybody that had a part in that, and the Cop Cap was down there for that. This weekend, Barbara Riley held a carnival for cure in the Amanda Riley Foundation. It was well attended, and it was a nice thing to be at. Mayor Witz and I had the opportunity to go to South Gwinnett the other morning with coffee with the principal, and the room was filled with parents that really are wanting their children to do well. I mean, it was a wonderful sight to see, and they're doing some really great things and doing some stuff over there. So, Christy, your high school over there is doing wonderful things, and I want to commend you as well on the Youth Commission. That's well done, and shop local, and I'm out.
Councilman Marmol.
I just want to thank Christy for her excellent work with the Snellville Youth Commission. That's definitely going to be something that's extremely vital for the city and something that's pretty amazing to do in just like 2 months or something. So thank you once again for doing that. That's it.
Councilwoman Lensky. This ought to be very short.
As a matter of fact, I want to go into some detail. Actually, not really. The Snellville Youth Commission will have a calendar, and it sounds already as though they are going to be in high demand with city events. So my advisory board will be absolutely key in maintaining all of our sanity as their schedule starts to fill up. But I look forward to the positive ways that they are going to represent the city.
Mayor Pro Tem Bender.
I'll just pile on with kudos to Christy for all the work that she's done on this program. I mean, she really has done a stellar job pulling it all together in a very short period of time. Very proud of you and what you've accomplished so far, and looking for great things. And just congratulations too to Kelly McAloon. We're very proud of the work that you've done. She was alluding to that phone call, and I can't remember when we were talking whether I had called her about some help I needed or whether she had called me. But my husband Greg had worked with her with the Snellville, or the South Gwinnett Cluster Foundation, and she was helping with different events with them, and he was like, you need to talk to Kelly McAloon about whatever we were talking about. And I got on the phone with Kelly, and if anybody has ever been on the phone with Kelly, you'll understand when she's, oh, and she starts going on, oh, that's so exciting, and somebody should be doing this, and somebody should be selling coffee mugs, and somebody should be doing t-shirts, and somebody should be doing this, and why aren't we doing that, and somebody should be doing that. I said, you know what, Kelly? We had just had a conversation about all of this, and we were coming up with, we needed the initial board members, and I said, Kelly McAloon, I have a place for you. And she jumped in with both feet and was on the board for the first year or two, and then hired on as the executive director, and we've just never looked back. So you've done a great job and really great work for the city, and really has pulled in a lot of volunteers, through her work and through the events and efforts. So thank you.
And that ends the council reports. Now the mayor's report. One thing to add to that, if Kelly McAloon calls you and says, Tom, do you have a minute? You do not, because that's an hour. And says, I won't keep you long. That's till noon. But she's just always full of ideas, and her enthusiasm is just. It's yeah, but there's a better word for it. But exhausting fits it. She works very hard. Thank you all, everyone in pink. I have noticed. Cameron, they told me yours would be ready on Tuesday. There's some great things happening in Snellville. Don't drink the Kool-Aid. There's something great happening every day here. May 17th, mark your calendars. We're having a town hall meeting where we're going to talk about the town center, and we want your input. You're going to hear a lot more about that between now and May 17th, but please talk it up to your neighbors. We don't want 30 people there. We want this to be big. We want to know this town center thing is growing and growing, and it's going to become reality. And if you want any say in it at all, you need to be at this meeting on May 17th and be heard. So please, I am formally begging, please be there, because it's going to happen. It's going to happen quick, and if you don't say something now, forever hold your peace. You'll love that 37-story building we got planned. You'll love it. Okay, it's only 35. That's all I have. Now we'll open up the floor to public input. Anyone at all would like to come forward, please just come forward and state your name and your address and tell us what's on your mind. Single file, please. We don't want to. I'll entertain a motion to adjourn. I have a motion on the floor. Is there a second? Second. Motion and a second. Any discussion? All those in favor signify by raising your right hand. We are adjourned. Thank you all for coming.